Hi everyone, so this is my fourth album of my travels. So this was my second season as a rep in Tenerife. I was really looking forward to this season because obviously a lot of people have been there and they said it was amazing and loads of things to do, so I was really looking forward to my winter there. I was there for 10 weeks, but this is a really nice scrapbook. I really like these, the actual book, because of the way it's set. It's not like a spiral bound one like my other ones, and it's just a really sort of nice, clean, sort of like an actual book really. It's really nice, it's got a nice sort of spine to it, and obviously the ribbons go around quite nicely in these ones. But this was from Scrapbook My Memories again, a lovely woman called Sarah. She does them really well, and she does do, I sort of said to her, can I please have a photo of Tenerife on the front, and she came out with this one, and I really like it because it matches what Tenerife actually is like. So I always start my pages, my scrapbook pages, off with a map of the island or country that I go to. So this is a particularly nice one. I do like these ones because it's very colourful, of all the whole island of Tenerife. I was down in the south of the island, just in Costa Rica, just here. It was really lovely. I really did enjoy it. Some aspects of Tenerife I didn't enjoy, obviously, because it is very touristy. It's not very cultural. But yeah, no, I enjoyed my time there. First thing we went to was Loro Park, and obviously this is like a sticker they give you on entry, which is quite nice. But you got see some amazing animals there. It's got a big aquarium for the dolphin shows. We got one of these big sort of, you know, the printed photos they take of us with the parrots. I do like these photos. Just I know they're expensive, but I love them because, you know, it's just it's really good quality photos, and it's always nice sort of to pick up from a park as well, just like a little memento. And then these are some other photos, obviously, of the orca show, the penguinarium, the otters and the gorillas, and that were lovely. They were treated so well, and the places they were obviously kept were always really clean. They looked exactly like they would do if they're in the wild and things. So I did obviously feel a bit sorry for them because I don't believe they should be in a zoo, but I thought they were really well treated. It was a really clean and safe park as well. Now this is when me and Joe went down to the beach. We walked along the harbour, which was quite nice, then we walked along Costa Rica beach. Very rocky, and also because the sand is volcanic, it is obviously black. So it was a bit bizarre really, walking along black sand, and obviously used to white sand. But it was a really lovely day. We just had a nice walk along, and obviously this is me and Joe here. Joe came out for 2 weeks to come and see me because obviously we did split seasons that winter. Mainly by accident, not through choice, but it was nice for him to come out and see me. We then did the day trip to La Gomera, which is one of the smallest of the Canary Islands. It is like what the Canary Islands were like before they got hit by tourism, so it's quite nice because you actually feel like you're going sort of back in time. They haven't sort of moved into the modern world whatsoever, so it's really nice. This is our ferry ticket that took us over to La Gomera from Los Cristianos. A big ferry took us over there, which was really nice. And as these photos show, there it's a really sort of pretty landscapes are really nice, really sort of rustic and old. That's me sitting on some sort of tree, which is quite nice. But this photo is nice because you can see Mount Teide just in the background as well. You can see how tall it is there. And again, this is just with my friends Sean and Dan, two other reps that were there. And this is a sort of like a church. Christopher Columbus was here when he first came over to the Canaries, which is quite nice. This is us on the boat over to the island. And then this is like a little leaflet we got given. Well, I think it had another page to it, but I couldn't obviously stick it all down. So it's got some nice just photos of the island of La Gomera as well that we got given. And then we all went to Scion Park for like a day trip there, and we got given our like pass. This is actually like a proper card. It's my annual pass to both Loro Park and Scion Park for a whole year. I wasn't long in there enough to use it very often. I didn't think I used it at all because I was just so busy. I didn't want to go to Scion Park on my own as well. So Joe was only there for 2 weeks, and not many other people wanted to go because it was a little bit cold. But it was lovely to have, just because, you know, if we ever did go back to Tenerife, we could have used it. But it's really nice of Thompson to give us those to enjoy. It's obviously me and Joe by the entrance of the park, and then this is like a free gift card that we got given to have some food as well. This is a map of the park. I wouldn't say it's the most easiest maps to follow, But it was really nice just to have a look around, and the rides were amazing there. We didn't get many photos of the actual rides because, well, I didn't want to lose my camera, and obviously it wasn't waterproof, so I didn't want to take it on any rides, so I locked it away in the locker. But it was amazing. I definitely recommend anyone going to Tenerife to go on the rides. Joe was making me go on the rides about 3 or 4 times because they were really good, and obviously he likes water parks as well, so it was really nice. One random thing that we did was called the Medieval Adventure, which basically is like a night where you sit back on like the big old medieval chairs, and you have like a 3-course dinner, but you have to eat with your hands because obviously back in the day they didn't have knife and forks, and we watched like a jousting sort of show. Then afterwards we had some flamenco, but these these yellow bibs that we're wearing, these were like our entry tickets. You couldn't physically get in unless you were wearing one, so we all had to wear them. But it was a really good evening. It was a bit random, not anything I would normally go to, but we both enjoyed it. And this is the whole team of my team. This is my manager and everything like that, so it was really nice an evening out. And I actually spent Christmas in Tenerife as well, which was a bit different. It was my first Christmas away. It was obviously hot, there was no snow, and obviously I was around people that I'd only known for a couple of weeks, so it was a bit strange, but it was really, really nice. We all went round to one of the reps' houses, and we had a big Christmas dinner, which was really nice. We had a few drinks. We also went down to the beach as well, so this is us. Well, this is the balcony. We had some wine and champagne, and we went down to the beach. This is us having our Christmas dinner. And this is me and Juliet in the sunset as well. I think it's a really nice photo. It's a bit bizarre really. You know, you can't really see our faces, but it was really nice to sit down on the beach and have your drinks and things, and the sunset was amazing. That's not even photoshopped or anything. That is generally what the sunset was like that night, so it was really nice to go down. And then we had like a New Year's dinner / evening as well. This is just some of the girls in Tenerife. It was really nice. We went to like the American diner called, is it Harley's something, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was called Harley's. Yeah, Harley's restaurant. It was really nice. Nice just to catch up with everyone. You don't tend to see very many people when you're working, so it was nice to catch up. Probably one of the most famous things to do in Tenerife is obviously go up Mount Teide. Mount Teide is amazing. It's dormant though, so obviously it's not an active volcano, but it was stunning, and because of the time of year it was all covered in snow. We did go up there numerous times. I went up there numerous times, but me and Joe went up there for Teide by night. Basically, we just went up there, we had a 3-course meal in like a really nice restaurant, and then we went out to watch the stars. We got these blankets to wrap up in because obviously it was absolutely freezing in November. But we had a nice glass of champagne, and it was just a really good experience. And we didn't you don't as such climb Mount Teide, you just have a look around the base. It literally looks like you're walking on Mars. It's very, very bizarre. And these are just some photos of Mount Teide and the rocks of Garcia as well, which are quite nice. It literally looks like you're walking on the moon, which is quite cool. Now in Spain, there's always like an excursion called the blanket trip. Now the blanket trip basically is a free trip, but they try and say all this stuff, but in return obviously you do get to go somewhere interesting. So, you know, after we had the talk about the blankets and stuff, we went to a banana plantation, which I think is quite interesting because obviously bananas are a main source of income for the island. So this is all the banana plants here. They've got these massive weird sort of flowers on the end of them, but I found it really interesting. Many people are like, oh, I don't want to go to a banana factory, but I thought it was quite interesting to go around. Very different. I wouldn't normally think to go there. This was New Year's, obviously Feliz 2014, so it means happy 2014. We went out for a couple of drinks. We had a gala dinner in the hotels, and then we went out to the beach and watched the fireworks and obviously saw the new year in. And then this is another excursion that I went on myself, mainly because I was bored. You know, Joe had gone home and I had nothing to do on my day off, so I thought I'd do an excursion. So I went on a one called Panoramic Teide, which we went up along the old villages of Tenerife and saw like the real life of Tenerife. We went to the House of Balconies, which I thought was really pretty. It's these lovely sort of signs. I love these signs because, you know, they don't mean anything to me because I'm not fascinated by how far each place is away from each other. I just like the setup of all of them. And then this is the house with all the balconies along as well, which I think is really, really pretty. And then after New Year, as a treat, we all went on an excursion called Freebird. Freebird is basically like a £2 million catamaran that takes you out into the sea, and you get to see either dolphins or pilot whales. I generally didn't think we'd see any, but this is us on the boat here. And then these are the pilot whales that we saw. They're tiny. They're absolutely tiny. When I said whales, I instantly think massive things. But these are so cute, and there was 3 of them all circling around the boat as well. So it was definitely one of the best things I'd done. And then this is actually training. This is when we first got there. This is all the girls that were here in Tenerife. They're all really lovely. We had such a good laugh over the season. We did loads of things together. And this is actually just like a little restaurant card that me and Joe went to. It was like almost like a wigwam restaurant. It was crazy. It was really cute, but I really enjoyed it. And this is just a few of the nights out that we had. This is our, I think it was our Christmas dinner, on like the staff Christmas dinner. Went to a nice restaurant called Chill Out. And then this is where we went to a show called Showtime, which was really nice. But we all got dressed up for it, which was lovely. And this is the photo that we got free of charge as well from Showtime. You walk down the red carpet and you get a nice photo all together before you go and watch the show. And it really was a really amazing show. It was obviously an English cast, and they do all like the major show musicals. So they did like Moulin Rouge, they did Chicago, everything like that as well. So it was a really good show. And then another excursion that I did on my own again, because no one would come with me and I was bored on my day off and I wanted to do it because I've never been on a submarine. I went on submarine safari, which sorry, so basically you go underneath on these submarines, you go all the way down, and obviously you sit on one of these little stool things and look out the windows. It was only a half-day excursion, only a couple of hours, which was quite nice. But there's the drivers driving the submarine. You can hardly see this, but this is actually a shipwreck under the sea. I'll try and get the sun in it. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a shipwreck just there, which is quite bizarre, really, a bit scary. And we didn't see many things. Sorry. We didn't see many things, but it was quite a good experience. This is obviously me. I do look an absolute mess, mainly because I'd literally just finished work and I had to run to catch the transfer to the port. So I literally just grabbed everything and just ran. But yeah, this is, you always get a photograph of yourself, of the submarine, before you go on. We did see some stingrays, which was quite nice. There was a diver that would obviously feed them, and they would come close and you get some nice photos of them, which was lovely. They're massive as well. They came right to the portholes, so you get some nice photos of them. And then lastly, this was just a bit of a memento, really. At the end of January, we had this massive flood in Tenerife, and obviously it made the papers, but physically people couldn't go outside the hotels because it was so bad. I remember walking to work one day and it was up to my knees. I got to work and I was absolutely dripping. I couldn't physically, I looked a mess, I was shivering, and I had no physical way of getting to work without it. So yeah, I just had to go for it basically, but it was insane. Like all the sunbeds being dragged out to sea and things being knocked over, cars being flooded. It was absolutely crazy. Just a bit of a memento there. And then this was just a map. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough. This is just a map of the island of Tenerife as well. So I had these up in my wall, so I could obviously, you know, just look at it and see what's going on. I don't know why they've got all the littles dotted around on the whole island, which is quite, not sure if it's helpful or not. But it's always nice to have a map. I do enjoy maps. Obviously it's got maps of the actual resorts as well on the back of Costa Rica and things like that. But yeah, so that is my scrapbook of Tenerife. So I hope you enjoy. And next time I will be back with a Bulgaria one, which is when I went to go see Joe in Bulgaria for a ski season as well. It was my first time skiing, so it was very interesting. But yeah, so that's it. That's Tenerife. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.